People who skip their birthday say they're just being humble. But humility doesn't explain the heaviness you feel the night before. It doesn't explain why you've been saying, "it's just a day," for years. There are 4 types of people who avoid their own birthday. Each one is protecting something real. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which type you are. Type 1. The minimizer. Most people assume this person is just easy to please, low maintenance, someone who genuinely doesn't care about the spotlight. And that's exactly what they tell themselves, too. But here's what's really going on. The minimizer learned early in life that asking for attention was risky. Not physically risky, socially risky. At some point, wanting to be noticed led to embarrassment, being shut down, or feeling like too much. So the birthday, a whole day literally designed to put you at the center, started to feel like a threat. You feel it the second someone asks, "So what are you doing for your birthday?" Something tightens in your chest. You brush it off. "Nothing really," you say it quickly. You move on. The discomfort hits fast, and you can't quite explain why. Here's what's really happening. That reaction is your nervous system doing its job. It learned that being visible means being vulnerable, so it shuts the whole thing down before it can even start. So what do? You don't need to throw a party, just tell one person your actual birthday. Let them acknowledge it without brushing it off. You don't have to perform excitement, you just have to stop shrinking. Letting yourself be seen, even for an hour, is how you start taking back the space that was always yours. Type 2. The skeptic. You know this person. They call birthdays pointless. They'll remind you it's just the Earth finishing another lap around the sun. They say the whole thing is a marketing strategy built to sell you cake and greeting cards. And honestly, they're not completely wrong. But here's what's really going on. The skeptic uses logic to avoid emotional risk. Think about what a birthday actually asks of you. You put yourself out there. You tell the world you're worth celebrating. And then, you wait. You find out, based on who shows up, who remembers, who actually makes an effort, exactly how much you matter to the people around you. That's a vulnerable position, not in a vague way, in a very real, very measurable way. At some point, the skeptic took that risk, and the gap between who they hoped would show up and who actually did, that gap hurt. So they got rid of the whole tradition to make sure it could never happen again. You can't be let down by a celebration you never allowed. So every year the logic comes back. It's just a day. And it sounds completely reasonable, because logic was never really the issue. So what do? Separate your philosophy from your self-protection. If you genuinely think birthdays are overhyped, that's fine. But if you're avoiding them because you're scared of finding out where you stand, that's something different. One is a belief, the other is a wall. Be honest about which one you're actually standing behind. Type 3. The Griever. This one goes deeper. Not everyone carries this, but the ones who do feel it start creeping in weeks before their birthday even arrives. The Griever connects birthdays with loss. Maybe someone they loved passed away close to this date. Maybe a relationship fell apart. Maybe they set a goal. I'll have things figured out by 30, and the birthday showed up like a bill they couldn't pay. Now, every year, the date doesn't feel like a celebration. It feels like a reminder of everything that didn't go the way it was supposed to. Here's what's really happening. The brain doesn't separate time from emotion very cleanly. When something painful happens around a date that repeats every year, your nervous system starts bracing for it automatically. Psychologists call this an anniversary reaction. You don't have to be actively grieving. Your body remembers before your conscious mind even catches up. You wake up 2 weeks before your birthday feeling off. You're irritable, low, a little disconnected. You can't really explain it. You just figure you're tired or stressed. But that's not it. Your nervous system is already getting ready for the emotional weight it's learned to expect from this time of year. It's protecting you the only way it knows how. So what do? Name it, at least to yourself. Write it down if you need to. This date is hard because of this specific thing. That simple act of naming it starts to separate the grief from the day itself. You are allowed to feel loss and still let yourself be celebrated. Those two things can exist at the same time. They are not opposites. And now, the one most people never see coming. Type 4. The unworthy. This is the most common type, and the most hidden, because from the outside, this person looks completely fine, often successful, put together, even someone others look up to. But on the one day the world tries to say, "You matter," something inside them quietly rejects it. Here's what's really happening. Somewhere along the way, the unworthy picked up a belief that celebration has to be earned, that joy is conditional, that they haven't done enough yet, achieved enough, fixed enough, become enough to deserve a day in their name. The birthday starts to feel dishonest, like accepting an award for something they don't believe they actually completed. You're sitting at the dinner, people are smiling, someone raises a glass, and instead of taking it in, you're watching yourself from a distance, accepting something you're not sure you deserve. You smile, you say thank you, but the words don't really reach you. They bounce off, and somewhere in the back of your mind you spend the whole night wondering if anyone can tell. That's the pattern. The unworthy doesn't avoid birthdays because they hate attention. They avoid them because accepting love without earning it first breaks the only emotional rulebook they've ever known. They were taught, quietly, consistently, often without anyone realizing it, that love was something you had to work for, that it came with conditions. So when it shows up freely, with no strings attached, their whole system says, "This doesn't add up." Nobody taught you that on purpose. The people who shaped you probably didn't even know they were doing it, but it happened. And now you carry that belief into every room where someone tries to make you feel valued. That is the most costly thing you can inherit. Not debt, not bad habits, the quiet belief that you haven't yet earned the right to be loved as you are. So what do? Let it reach you. That's the whole thing. Next time someone says, "Happy birthday," don't wave it off, don't redirect, don't perform a reaction. Just pause, breathe, let it actually land. 2 seconds, that's the practice. You're not undoing years of conditioning in one moment, you're just cracking the door open, one that's been shut for a very long time. You now know the 4 types, you know where they come from, and you probably recognize yourself in one of them. That recognition is not a burden, it's the starting point. Because here's the truth, you were never the problem. You were just protecting yourself the only way you knew how. Now you know better.